guys, back again with another video. Today's like a talky thing. I just had a few things that like came to mind over some time. Does that make sense? Yeah. And I just thought I'd share it with you guys. Like, stuff that I'm gonna say in this video is like stuff that I've heard from like my pastor and stuff that I've read, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it and get something from it. Yeah. Anyway, so today we're gonna be talking about fear, and it's something that I think I just needed to talk about it because like I've had like a very profound experience with fear and just kind of getting over fear and doing what you have to do basically. So yeah, first I'll talk about my experience and then I'll like tell you guys what I've learned over time and stuff. Basically, fear, when they say fear paralyzes you, like it actually, the reason it paralyzes you is because it stops you from moving forward or just moving in any direction apart from just staying where you are. So it's literally like stagnation, and apart from stagnation, it's like you're stagnated, but you're like too afraid to be anything but stagnated. It's such a messed up mindset, and I've just had that experience in life. Not in just, I think some people think that it's just with, oh, like your destiny or like exams, but literally with everything, like worrying about everything, literally. Like I was a big worrier. That is literally the word. Like, especially like the weird messed up thing is when someone says, oh, don't worry about it, I'll worry even more. And I know there's other people out there who can relate to that. It's like, why are you telling me not to worry if there's nothing to, why don't you just not say anything? Like, that's how I used to think, and I just moved away from that by God's help. And yeah, I just thought I would, you know, talk to you guys about fear basically and kind of how to deal with it and stuff. Okay, the first thing is, I think everyone needs to see fear in, this is the way like one of my friends told me about fear. Like, fear is basically like, imagine a lion, and when a lion wants to like eat its prey or like attack its prey, it roars, and the reason it roars is to paralyze its prey with fear, so it's slower, its performance isn't as good as it was if it wasn't scared. And that's literally how it is for like people. And the reason the lion does it is, as soon as it's paralyzed with fear, it's just so much easier for the lion or any kind of problem in terms of people wise. It's easier for the problem to just consume you because you're not moving, you're not doing anything to stop it, you're not trying to move upwards or anything. So that's basically kind of a background knowledge of the psyche behind fear. And yeah, so the one thing fear like can do, and I've had experience with this as well, is it kind of reminds you of who you used to be. And the reason it does that is because it's kind of like it wants to bring you back into the past so you can't move to the future. Because it's reminding you of your past, you're concentrating on what you used to do, how you used to be, and you're not concentrating on what you could be and what you should be, kind of thing. Does that make sense? So yeah, that's kind of like one thing that I had extreme experience with. Like, I would just think about the past and the mistakes I've made and the failures I've made, and I just wouldn't move forward because I, one, be too scared that those things would happen again. It would just stop me from moving, and it would make me think that I was too weak to move forward, and that's basically it. First thing I would say to anyone who's going through like the situation I'm describing is that, one, move yourself away from people who are going to remind you of who you used to be. If you don't want to be that person anymore, you don't have to be that person anymore. First of all, obviously you have to make that change. You have to want to make that change, and the first real step of doing that is just getting rid of friends who remind you of who you used to be and kind of want you to keep on being that person, because like, that's like they don't want you to succeed. It's like they don't want you to move forward. They don't want you to do well. And basically, they're an enemy of your progress. So yeah, like, give them the boot. Like, kaboosh. Don't fear failure. Like, literally. Like, the only thing I fear is God, and partially my parents sometimes. But yeah, and another thing, you just shouldn't fear failure. Like, you're gonna fear something big, fear something great. Failure is so small and inadequate, and it's just part of the process of you moving somewhere. It's just part of the story. As my pastor said, like, every failure is basically like a turning point, and like, basically it's kind of like, say for example I was a student and I was like, I'm gonna try art, and if I wasn't bad at art, I'd be like, if I was bad at art, I'd be like, oh crap, that sucks. Okay, let me try design technology, and then I'll try design technology, and I'll be like, oh my god, this sucks too. And then maybe you'll be like, okay, I'll try architecture, and maybe that's the thing that you'll be good at. And it's like, every failure is kind of directing you like to what you should be doing, and directing you from what you shouldn't be doing, if you get what I mean. So it's something, you shouldn't be scared of it, because it's actually helping you get to where you need to be, if that makes sense. Another thing that I would suggest is that you should kind of look at your past failures and see the common denominator, like what is common there. And as soon as you find what's common in all your failures, you can kind of move against it. Like, I remember my dad told me that Barack Obama said that if you're doing the same thing, if you're doing something wrong and you do it again, if you do it in that same wrong method, don't expect any other result apart from the wrong that was produced from the method. So basically, look at all your failures, and see what you're doing wrong, and then you can kind of work against it, because you can see like the result it's had, which was the failure, and you can try and move that to the opposite direction. Another thing I see this a lot in uni, like, people say they want to be successful, they say they want to do well, and yet they're surrounding themselves with people who don't take anything seriously, aren't focused, aren't driven, don't work hard. And it's like, obviously, like birds of the same feather fly together. So dude, do the math. Like, if you want to excel, don't surround yourself with people who don't want to excel. Don't watch things about people who don't want to excel. And I know that sounds kind of harsh, but it's kind of like, I know I don't want to bring this up, but Heather Lindsay, you should check her out. I'll leave her blog below. She talks about Love Hip Hop Atlanta, whatever it is. And at first I used to be like, this girl cray, like, she really hates this show. But when I see it, or when I've seen snippets of it, it's not really about anything good or positive. Like, shows like that, it's an example. It's not about anything positive. So why would you want to waste like 50 minutes or an hour, like once a week, I'm assuming, watching something that is just filled with such negative vibes and people who have nothing positive to show? Like, it just baffles me. And I think if you want to succeed, like, so bad, you should be surrounding yourself with positive things that talk about excelling. Like, it doesn't have to be serious all the time, but don't surround yourself with something negative. Like, at the end of the day, you kind of like reap what you sow. Like, if you're gonna spend, time is literally like money, and if you're gonna spend time watching and surrounding yourself with negativity, you're gonna get nothing but negativity. Like, do you see what I mean? So yeah, you just need to kind of be focused in the stuff that you're surrounding yourselves with. Like, read books that like are full of positive messages, like watch things that are full of positive messages, because at the end of the day, the best thing you're going to get out of them is something positive. Like, literally, what's the worst that's going to happen? So yeah, that's one tip I would have to say as well. I hear a lot of people who, and like, I was one of these people, I guess, and there's no point to me having so much fear in your heart and then talking about haters. Now, let me explain what I mean. Fear wants you to, you know, be unsuccessful and stay stagnant and not move forward. Haters don't want you to move forward. They want you to stay stagnant. So these two things both want the same thing for you. They want failure for you, both of these two things. So what's the point in complaining about haters that want you to fail and keeping fear and worry and anxiety in your heart? Doesn't quite add up, does it? No. So I would say that you need to stop complaining about, oh my god, these haters, oh my god, like, what's she talking about before, da 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 da. You need to kind of kick that to the side even if the girl or boy doesn't want the best for you, you're still holding something in your mind that doesn't want the best for you. And the worst thing is, it's in your head. It's kind of like you've allowed it to multiply and be created in your own head. So you need to kind of stop talking about the haters and address the fear as well. Like, do your best to, as I said, surround yourself with positive things. What's the word for it? That thing where you keep on putting something up. I know that humans in general just love to kind of put the tasks to the next day. There's actually a word for it. I'm gonna remember it later and it's gonna drive me mad. But yeah, so I think one thing is literally when you realise that you need to make the change, make the change. Don't be like, oh, I'm gonna make the change tomorrow. I'm gonna make the change next week. I'm gonna make the change next month. I'm gonna make the change for my New Year's resolution. It doesn't work. So you need to kind of bring it to the present day, okay? Bring it to the present day and kind of start putting it in practice. And one thing that just randomly came to mind is, if you want to make that change, do it for 21 days and it will become a habit. So yeah, I hope that wasn't too motivational speaker, because I'm not. I'm just saying stuff that I've been taught and has been laid on my heart. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it made sense. If you have any questions, honestly, put them below. I will try to answer as many of you as I can. And my email's below as well. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, because they're all places you can contact me as well. And yes, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Tut, 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 tut. Bye.